Hello there traders, and welcome to another update on the market. For today I decided to cover Euro versus US dollar. We'll speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the Euro versus US dollar first. So we'll speak about the two scenarios, one for up and one for down. What we can see here is the market actually broke this supply trend line. We can see here the most recent supply trend line. There was a push through, and the market is now pulling back and exactly to this area where we have this initial momentum. And from this perspective, this as long as we're trading above this new form of the trend line, there is a chance that this is just a pullback for further higher prices. Ideally, if the market can find the buyers to overtake 1.1047 and then eventually to hold above, this can be a very good sign for some short-term further upside continuation on the euro dollar, and maybe even for the retest of the 1.1140 level. Now this is for the upside scenario. For the downside scenario, if the market can actually trade lower, take the lows here, and then a reaction on the weaker reaction of the rally, can be a sign for the further downside continuation towards the 1.0840 mark. So those two scenarios might be in the play, and we'll see what kind of scenario will start to unfold. Speaking of the gold market, we can see that there's a big fight here and lots of consolidation around this price. So we have from one side a very defined resistance area, this whole area here around 1945. We had one initiation under one aggressiveness from buyers that kicked here, but we still didn't see the retest of that area. So this supply that is right now active might be something that we call the test of supply. But for now, we don't have any indication for the upside continuation yet. So this may be an indication for the full retest of this pin bar area. So one scenario is the market to try to go towards that pin bar territory between 1930 and 1925. And another potential is that the market can pick up the beating and rally from here. And if the market can take this supply trend line, that is a new form supply trend line, in this case, we might see the breakout, and if market can hold above this 1948, so this can be a very good sign for the higher prices of 1972, 1981. If the gold can, for example, take the pin bar low at 1925 and continue below, for example, and with a very weak rally and stuff like that after the breakout, then the chances that we can see even the 1900 to be on the test. Watching the crude oil, this might be interesting for some bigger downside rotation. So market, there is nothing above here on the crude oil, so this might be a very good day for some a deeper pullback based on this whole rally. So right now, this previous swing high is the area that we got some reaction from, and so this is an important pivot level. But so far, we can see this morning that market actually tried to rally and then faded immediately and left the two tails here, selling tails at this point. So there is a chance for that lower price towards the 81, 63, 64, and maybe even towards some deeper pullback towards the some of the, for example, this area here, which is at the 80.10 mark. But for today, I will say 81.60, that's the potential structural objective. Now, if we can go, if the market, for example, will start a new rally and take the pin bar highs, then of course this can open the door for higher prices and for the next level 83.75 or basically 84.50 mark to be on the test. And speaking of the Bitcoin versus US dollar, this is a gigantic consolidation. So we have quite a big consolidation that is happening. So nothing really changed. We still have the major pivots intact. So we have the pivot extreme low at 28,500 mark and extreme high here at 30,000 mark. So I would really like to see the can the market break either this lower extreme or this upper extreme, because for now market is in a heavy consolidation, and I would like to see the breakout of 30,000 mark and hold above to potentially retest the 31,000 area and 31,800 area. And from another perspective, taking the low, extreme low 28,500 may indicate further lower prices toward the 27,500 and even lower. So yeah, that will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Trade safe as always, and speak to you from tomorrow morning.